We're here at the Bronx High School of Science, where Bronx President Ruben Diaz Jr. will be delivering his 9th State of the Borough address since taking office in 2009.
The borough president began his speech with the accomplishments his administration has made in regards to education, cutting the unemployment rate to 5.5%, the decrease of crime with less than 100 homicides in the past 5 years, and the redevelopment and safety of our parks.
Look how different things are in this borough today than just a decade ago. We have set the bar for the entire nation on a transformative urban renewal and redevelopment. We are the new standard for revitalization. Because of that, the Bronx is rising.
Yet with the good, there are still present challenges that Diaz addressed, such as homelessness, the opioid crisis, and public schools still not meeting students' needs. Although the Bronx has an increase in students graduating and less dropouts, reading and math scores are still low, while kids struggle to learn in overcrowded classrooms.
The DOE should work towards capping all middle school classes at 22 students. To provide more individualized instruction. New York City must also offer more high school subjects with class caps that promote discussion and collaborative learning.
Another issue affecting our borough is housing. Many residents live in their homes with no heat or repairs, dirty hallways, and apartments that have failed to be properly inspected for lead paint, putting children at a serious risk. Diaz was very clear with his intentions towards NYCHA.
Back in November, my Bronx Public Housing Task Force issued a report outlining several concrete steps that the city can take to improve public safety in public housing. I have also called for state oversight of NYCHA. Given the city's inadequate response to the issue of lead testing, a state-appointed monitor is the only credible way to improve NYCHA. So we are turning up the heat on NYCHA to act as a responsible landlord. And if they refuse to do so, then I call on the governor to do it for them.
Diaz also had a message for Washington.
It is time for our nation's leadership to stop polarizing and speaking untruths and to start leading. We reject any misguided, harmful, and frankly, un-American erosion of our rights. We will protect our youth who have sought refuge and made their home in this great country from deportation. Therefore, we must pass New York State's DREAM Act. And federal DACA legislation as well.
We caught up with former borough president Adolfo Carrion, who said that his successor hit all the right points.
I think he's correct that the state of the borough is great. It's moving in the right direction. The number of housing units that have been produced, the improvement of neighborhoods, and there's a real spirit, he's right when he says we all did this together. It takes a great effort from a lot of people for the borough president to then stand up there and say, look, folks, things are good. But it really is a collective effort. The collective effort obviously requires a leader. And he's demonstrated that he's a natural leader. He's got a great future. I'm very proud of him.
This was a speech that showed when you invest in the Bronx, great things happen here. And also was very bold. It made people in Washington and also in the city to understand that you have to respect us and you have to demonstrate that when we're talking about building a better Bronx, it's not just a phrase, it's a mindset. So this was a speech that really conveyed the strength and the growth of the Bronx, but also to convey that we're not done yet.
The state of the Bronx is strong, and we will continue to lead the way for our great city. Thank you, and God bless.
It was an impactful and hopeful address, yet as mentioned earlier, there's still much more to be done, although we've seen vast improvements with the Bronx. But as our borough president said, there's so much more to come. and more that will be done. For BronxNet, I'm Veronica Guiti.